Welcome back, everyone. So we have 4 piles here. I did try to record the shuffling on camera, but it wasn't recording, so I've just continued. I haven't seen what's below, so it will be a surprise to me as well. You have group 1 is the flower, group 2 is the ladybird, group 3 is the heart, and group 4 is the football. So if I were to think about it, I think the flower might talk about things of practical nature. But then again, the card surprised me as well. But if you're concerned with things of practical nature, perhaps you would choose the flower. But then again, maybe not. The ladybird is associated with luck, I guess. The heart, with love matters. And the football, which I will choose, playfulness maybe. Or perhaps some of us are just missing FIFA. We're missing football or whatever we watch. Sport. Okay, so those are your 4, group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. I'm using the Universal Tarot. I've got a nice big giant deck here that I haven't used in a while, and then I might clarify with John Holland's Psychic Tarot of the Heart, which has Seek the Truth at the bottom of the deck, which I think is what these tarot readings are about. Not so much seeking the truth as in prediction, but seeking the truth as in unpacking our own hearts, our own selves. That is essentially what this is about, what the Soulful Soul is about. Yeah. Okay, so make your choices. You can pause the video, make your choices, and I will see you after your choice. So welcome back, group 1. You chose the flower, and I saw that as perhaps this group feeling a bit sensitive at the moment, feeling a bit vulnerable, because I saw because flowers are quite perhaps gentle. It could also speak about abundance or being concerned with abundance, and flowers are about joy, right, as well. So let's see what your messages are. Your first thing out is the Ten of Swords, and we'll get to that now, but let's just have a look at what's here for you. How do you like that? Okay, I haven't looked at these cards, but I think that the universe works in those ways. So perhaps what's on your mind is abundance, and that's so understandable given the circumstances that the whole world, in fact, finds ourselves in. It's a very scary time for many, and it's not necessarily scary, but I suppose scary, but also it's uncharted territory, right? And so so that should be upright for you as well, right? Okay, let me just tune into your cards and see what I'm getting. So much air here, so a lot about being in the head, I guess. The swords are, I do find the swords are painful cards, so it is possible you are going through a painful time at the moment. Perhaps someone's lost a job. It's possible that you've lost a job, but definitely the Ten of Swords indicates an ending of something. The feeling from the Ten of Swords is always a complete the bottom of the barrel, in that something has reached its bottom point. Oh, sorry, that's not in the camera. So let's say it's safe to say that this group is concerned about finances, material concerns. You have material concerns. I always get to do these in the afternoon, and the afternoon sun comes and plays. And I don't really have a way of moving this table right now, but I will get organized. So I think that your concern is about finances. It is possible, well, what I'm seeing is that something has come to an end. The good thing about the Ten of Swords is that the worst is over, that thing has ended, and it's now, after the ending, a new beginning can happen. With the Two of Swords here in the upright, in the reverse, sorry, you've got it in the reverse. There's a suggestion perhaps that perhaps some confusion will be something about choice. There's been something about choice that has kept you stuck, and perhaps with this ending, that choice will become clearer for you. You won't be torn between two options. On the opposite side of the moon, which is showing itself here, is the sun, right? So perhaps there will become clarity. This ending will bring clarity. And just a reminder that this is head stuff. This is stuff in the head when it comes to swords. There is some pain that needs to be dealt with. With the Three of Swords there, pain brings us to healing, right? Pain, the wound is where the light enters. I love that saying. I really, really love it. In fact, I'm working on a set of cards. I've been working on them forever, but I'm working on some of oracle cards, and one of my cards is about that, exactly that the pain, the wound is where the light enters. So in other words, wherever there's some discord, disharmony, something painful that happens, that's where our growth is, right? Any challenge, we can choose to wallow, and we have a right to wallow, even if for a while, but we don't need to stay in that wallowing. It's not helpful for us, right? So we can choose to stay there in the wallowing, or we can say, okay, what's the lesson here for me? So this group is needing to look at whatever your situation is where something has ended. It's been painful, but I think that once we know, it's like in a relationship where we are not sure if it's happening or not happening. In monogamous, if you've chosen a monogamous relationship, for example, and you're not sure if your partner is being unfaithful, that not knowing, which is the Two of Swords in the upright, keeps you stuck. It can be such a feeling of unease, whereas the knowing, even though it's very, very painful, gives you a sense of freedom, which can be indicated by this Two of Swords in the reverse, right? Two of Swords in the upright is stuck, but you could see it in the reverse as, okay, so that blindfold might be coming off. The swords will fall, and so the heart won't be blocked, and the eyes won't be blocked, and so decisions can be made with clarity. I'm inclined to think that this group is about money or mental issues, well, to be honest, I think this group is about money, because there's the Ten of Coins here. But the suggestion is also that these matters, whatever they are, this ending, this finding clarity, and this needing to heal, there's potential for so much abundance, because the Ten of Coins is the highest abundance card, aside from maybe the Queen the Queen and King of Coins, right, and the Empress. They'll speak very much about richness and not rich financially, but richness, like really earthy, physical abundance, really. And this is the highest in the suit of coins. It's a 10, so it's a culmination of all the hard work. But something has happened with this group. Something has not gone as you thought it would. So I'm going to see it as a blessing in disguise. Like, very much, in fact, that's almost like what the mantra is, I think, for this group. It's a blessing in disguise, or the pain, the wound is where the light enters. I just love that, love that, love that. The wound is where the light enters. Now, it can't be said more beautifully, I think, that this misfortune, whether it's love, whether it's work, I'm seeing it mainly as work related or financial. It's related with abundance, physical abundance. Whatever has happened for a reason. This group needs to confront something. Perhaps a job has ended, perhaps a relationship has ended, something has come to an end, and I believe this group needs to take this time now to look within and to seek the clarity that you need, trusting that whatever's happened here in the past, whatever happened here, which has led to this moment of pain or this time of pain, is also a time of clarity, and that you have what it takes to reach this. Perhaps you have this and you're not seeing it, but you have everything you need. You really do. You have the resources to recreate. I'm going to do something. I'm going, like I don't normally pull another clarifier, but it's not so much a clarifier, but I think I want some confirmation in a sense, maybe looking at the thing of coins. There you go. There you go. That you have, this is the 6 of Wands. The 8 of Wands, sorry, 8 of Wands. It's funny, I never see the 8 of Wands as that, but this is the way John Holland describes it, because the 8 of Wands does talk about making real what is in the air or in the heavens, or what we've dreamed of, making what we've dreamed of real. So here, this is all head stuff and heart, but there's a lot of head stuff going on here. But we have the ability to dream what we want into existence, which is this very concrete card, and almost this 8 of Wands as the vehicle, the train, the thing that brings that into being. The link between what is dreamed and what is real. It's sounding a bit esoteric, but it's because I can see the 8 of Wands in all its other forms in my head. Let me just think about that. So to summarize then, something has died, something has ended, but it's the end of a bad situation. So that feeling of not knowing can now be dealt with, and clarity can come. Pain that needs to be looked at and dealt with through the Hermit. And I'm going to come back to the Hermit because I think it's our central card. But there is a need to trust your dreams and trust you, because you have abundance around you and within you. There's almost a suggestion. I'm really sorry about the sun. Can't blame the sun. Okay. There's a suggestion that you you have this ability, and perhaps you know that you have this ability to create, to really create wealth around you, abundance around you, success around you. And it comes through this, I don't know if it's hard work, but it is this ability to make dreams, prayers, or however you see them, those things, those visions that you have, bring them down to earth. So it's almost like this is the transition card. I think that's what I was trying to say, from this swords energy, fire energy of making things real, or at least enacting. Fire is so much about action, doing the actions in order to bring this about, and you have the resources to do that, and I think you know it. Now, I do think that your work for the week is to use the Hermit. In John Holland's deck, he talks about seeking, which is really very much what the Hermit is about. Going within, doing the meditation. And I know I say this, and I'll say it again, meditation does not have to be hard work. Sitting in contemplation, sitting quietly, because we make meditation hard work, we end up not doing it. But if we say, I'm setting my timer for 22 minutes, so that you have 20 minutes of just sitting really still, even if we don't get the answers, like flashes of answers, that stillness is doing something for us. It's healing. It is working on our subconscious, and it is bringing answers to us. So here's my challenge for you, Group 1. This week, 7 days of 20 minutes, maybe twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, of just sitting in stillness. Set your timer for 22 minutes. Sit and be still. Empty your head. Don't have too many expectations. Challenge yourself to do that. And I think you'll be surprised at what you get. If you can't do it twice a day, that's fine. At least once a day. I think you'll be amazed at what comes forth for you. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I can see that the time is ticking, and I need to move on to the next, and I think that the message is clear. Okay, Group 1, I hope that helps. Lots of love, and have a beautiful week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, Group 2. I'm having such a time of this recording stuff. First, my camera wouldn't work, and now I keep forgetting to put the recording on and then having to re-record. So, okay. This is Group 2, Take 2. So you chose the ladybug, and I see this as a card of luck, a symbol of luck. I think it is a universal symbol of luck. So let's see. Grace. Wow. And you get a look at that card. Grace. It's a 2 card. To me, it symbolizes love, I think, especially because it has it's 2. So perhaps this reading will be about love. Luck in love, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. You get the 9 of Swords. the Nine of Swords, sleepless nights, a lot of stuff going on in your head. You get the Sun. I'm putting these in reverse for you. I've decided that I think it's better to show it for you in the reverse. So it's in the upright for me, but it's in the reverse. You've got the World in the upright. Okay, wants to give me 2 cards here. Oh, 3. You've got loads of cards, so we won't need to give clarifiers. You've got the Fool in the upright, in the reverse. Sorry. The 4 of Coins in the upright, and the Emperor in the upright. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Your central card is Grace, and you have your ladybug there. Sorry guys about the light. I think I'm going to have to do these in the mornings rather, because the afternoon sun is quite bright. I've put a curtain and everything in it, but still there's these patches of sunlight. Okay, so I'm going to hold these up so you can see them nicely. You have the Sun and the Nine of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Swords speaks about like needless worry, really, and along with the Sun in the reverse, I think you may be worrying really needlessly about stuff. And because of the worry at night, the sleepless nights, this is a bit of a drama queen, right? Sorry to make light of your whatever's worrying you, but it does feel a bit drama queenish. And perhaps that's what you need to do, is make a light of something that's worrying you. Perhaps you are over worrying about something. You're in your head about something, and that's getting in the way of your sun, of your seeing the sun, right? The Sun is about innocence, it's about joy, it's about enjoying our daily rituals and comforts and seeking the beauty around us. You know, I think that in this time we have to seek the beauty around us. I've done a series of discussions with really good friends and acquaintances over the last week, and just about, I think everyone in their own way spoke about having an attitude of gratitude. You know, I know that isn't the case for everybody, but for most of us we can be thankful, and we can find something to be thankful for. One of the questions in those discussions was, what are the lessons? And perhaps that's what this group needs to be thinking about. What are the lessons from this that we can take forever into the future? So you've got this upside down, which suggests you're not seeing clearly. Because of your anxiety, you're not seeing clearly. You're not able to see the grace that's around you, right? The grace and the love that's around you. So I think you need to be thinking about that a little. Now, some interesting cards here is that you have the World, and the World is about something ending, right? The World is also, like the Magician, it reflects all different aspects of ourselves: earth, air, water, and fire. But yeah, so let's stick with this. The something has come to a completion, not an ending, a completion. And the difference is, for me, an ending means something is over, whereas a completion is more about something has been done correctly. It's been done and tied up into a neat little bow, and it can be said that now this is done, this is complete. I have reached the conclusion of this thing, and I can move on to the next project, the next whatever. It's a really happy, well, it's a very constructive card. It's a really powerful card of ownership, that you have successfully completed something. But perhaps you can't see that yet, right? Maybe you're just stuck in this at the moment and not realizing that you are here. And it's such a lovely place to be, because you've got earth, fire, air, and water. You have all the elements working in your favor. You have done this. You created this, whatever this ending, this completion is. You brought it here. The interesting thing is that straight after the World card, you have the Fool card. And the Fool card, but the Fool card, you've got the Fool in reverse, right? And so what it's suggesting is that you're afraid to take that next step. You're afraid. Perhaps it's because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust that you have the resources. It's almost, the Four of Coins is almost like holding onto your possessions. And it could be very destructive, because holding on sometimes keeps us stagnant, whereas letting go, which is the Fool in the upright, just trusting, can bring all wonderful stuff, can bring joy, adventure, new things to us. With the Emperor there, now the Emperor is very powerful, actually, but like the Magician, like the Devil, the Emperor can, well, like any of the cards, but for me, the Emperor, the Devil, the Magician are cards about using power constructively or destructively. And I think that's what you need to think about, is I think you need to think about this owning your power, you know, because if you can think on the Emperor, okay, I'm going to have a completely different take on this thing, on this reading as well, which is maybe another option, but let me try to speed it up perhaps. So in the previous reading, when I wasn't recording, you did get the Empress, and I really thought that was a love reading. I thought it was not just a love reading, a sacred union reading. And those who, if you've chosen this deck and that makes sense to you, then you will know what this is about. So let's see it as a relationship thing, because you've got Grace here, and you have the heart. With the Ladybird, it's almost like fate on your side, really, or something fated, should I say, something fated, something destined. You're having needless worry, and that's why you're not seeing things clearly. So this could be a relationship just as much as it can be in a work situation. However, you don't realize maybe that you have completed something. You've completed something very significant to yourself. It could even be that you have completed a rite of passage, that you've passed a test. I don't know, that may, well, that's what came out. You've passed something, not a test from up high, but a life test for yourself, but you don't realize it yet. There's something that you've been trying to change, something that you've been working on, and you have reached the conclusion of that. It could be a way of thinking. It could be an addiction. It could be a project that's completed. But there's something that you have brought a successful completion, but you're not really seeing that yet, or owning that yet, or congratulating yourself yet. Perhaps you're still holding on to the negativity, but you'll get there, because the sun, even the sun in reverse, there's so much potential for that light. It's there. The light is still shining there anyway. But you are afraid of this next step. You're afraid to take that step out, and that's why the Fool is in the reverse. It's in the reverse. It might be, if this is a heart matter, that you're holding on, that coin is blocking his heart. Perhaps you're focusing on work to the exclusion of all else and keeping your heart protected. And what this reminded me of, I remembered the Empress, because the Emperor is the counterpart. So I do think you need to be thinking about, perhaps you are very stuck right now in your divine masculine energy, and there's maybe a need for more divine feminine energy right now. The world does suggest a feminine energy, and feminine and masculine for me don't apply to genders. They are energies, right? Some of us are more comfortable in one or the other, and I think that part of the life journey, the journey of the self or soul, really is about integrating those two and using them to our best benefit. So let me just get a clarifier for the Emperor. So if it's a work situation, you need to think about about power, holding on to stuff, not letting go, not trusting, but also how you use your power. Likewise, in a relationship, are you being stuck in your divine masculine energy? And this applies very, very much for if you are a feminine energy, predominantly feminine, and mainly women, I guess. Oh no, but it can apply equally to whatever gender. Using, sometimes I think that when we have felt oppression by masculine energy, as we come to balance, we maybe default, or not even default, we into this masculine energy as a way of finding balance. And it's possible that you're doing that to protect yourself, to protect your heart. If this is not a love relationship thing, it's perhaps you need to think about how you use power in life, in family, in work. Because it's possible that power, the way you use power, and that holding on to power is the thing that's keeping you stuck here, not being able to see the light, not being able to embrace this transformation that's going on and take this leap of faith. Because when we're in the Emperor, how do you take a leap of faith if you're sitting solidly not willing to change? The Emperor has the ram as its symbol, and rams are known to be stubborn, right? So where are you being stubborn? So perhaps that's a question that you need to look at for the week ahead. Where are you being stubborn? And in that being stubborn, then stopping all your all your gifts, the gifts that are there for you from coming to you through this stubbornness. Your stubbornness could be keeping you stuck in this, not seeing the light, not able to see this conclusion that you've brought about, and therefore not able to take those leaps of faith. In a relationship, perhaps something wants to come in, and because you are also being stubborn but also being protective, because you've been hurt in the past, because your heart has been hurt, you are being guarded. And perhaps you need to look at that. Perhaps you need to, well, for both, whichever your situation is, perhaps it would be really nice, and I'm going to do this now for you and bring out the Empress, because I think that imagery, the imagery of the tarot and imagery in general is so powerful, right? So perhaps you could sorry, these pop-ups that come on my thing. So if you look at these as a partnership, whether it's a love partnership in the physical or your own balance, that's what you can be working on. And if it's a partnership in the physical, a love partnership, perhaps you can see where you need to find balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You know, we behave very differently in different situations. Just explore them. I think that's such a beautiful thing for you to do for the week ahead, whether it's work or love or family. Just chat to your divine masculine and divine feminine. Ask them questions. Ask them, where am I holding you back? Where am I, my divine masculine? Where's my divine masculine holding me back? Where's my divine feminine holding me back? Where is my divine masculine working for me? Where's my divine masculine, feminine working for me? What is my best way to integrate? Where should I be using this more? Where should I be using this more? I think that's really that. I think that will be so powerful for you. And then the flow card, I'm not even going to worry about the flow card, because to me it's speaking very much about you, because it's in the reversed as well. It's just echoing the fool, the not being willing to go with the flow, not being willing to take that leap of faith. Okay, and then I'm going to just put your grace card there as something. Grace. Gosh, which comes back then to the two as one, whether that's within yourself. In fact, they are both. That integration within the self is the, I believe, the thing that leads to that integration between the two, you know. So however you are working on that, I think that's your take home for the week ahead. Please, everybody, I would really love your feedback in the comments below. I think that if we can generate the discussion, we can all learn, and I can know what I'm doing right and what I can do better. But also, I'd just love your feedback. I do get feedback from friends, and that warms my heart. So I'm encouraging you, my friends, please put your feedback in the comments below. Yeah, let's have fun together. Thank you, Group 2. Have a lovely week ahead. I'm sending lots of love. Hello again, Group 3. Let's see what we have for you. You chose the heart. And let's see your card. Isis inspiration. Oh, Lord. Okay. So I'm getting a very high priestess vibe from this. Isis is the mother of Osiris. Oh Lord, I don't know my mythology, but Isis are obviously alluding to a strong feminine energy around you, goddess, powerful. Isis and Osiris, it's about love, right? And you have the love card, partnership maybe. This group is about also, like, yeah, about love, about relationship love, like amore, love. Let me, okay. And you get the Ace of Cups in reverse, which doesn't mean this is not about love. It's about love, but that love, is being hidden. Someone is shooting themselves in the foot. Someone, okay. New beginning, not new beginning. New beginning, not new beginning. Someone's doesn't know what to do about this. Is it you? So, I'm using John Holland's. I've been getting clarification cards. So what I'm seeing here is, okay, I do think this is this group is dealing with partnership, but something with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, something is not, it's not working out as you had hoped. However, I don't think that there's no love here. I think that there's a lot of love. It's just not being expressed right now. This Five of Swords here, it does look like a person winning at all costs, playing a head game maybe, and you need to decide if that's you. I'm not sure if it's you. Could be somebody else playing a head game. Almost shooting themselves in the foot, right? Working against their own best interests, perhaps through wanting to win or wanting to show that they've won. Yeah. Taking no prisoners kind of thing. But this card is a card of working against one's own best interests. There's a new beginning that wants to happen, or is happening maybe. Something new is happening. It could be, if this is a love relationship, it could be an offer of passion, an offer of, sorry, I should take these, use these, of something new. It could be an offer of love, passionate offer, something that has potential to grow. Could be work as well that could take your mind off this, whatever this is going on. But with the Magician in the reverse there, oh wow, in this card, I think this card that's come out is really important. But with the Magician in the reverse, there's almost a sense of giving up on this, a feeling of not having the power. Not having the power to make this new, this new thing work. Now, the reason I say this is very significant, it's the rebuild card. And this card is the Tower. In the tarot, well, this is the tarot, but yeah, it's the Tower card. And the Tower talks about something that needed to come down, a structure that seemed solid, needing to come down in order to rebuild from the foundation, to build a stronger foundation. Sometimes things happen and they're so destructive and so painful, but they happen so that we can see where the cracks are and rebuild from something solid. So I'm suggesting in this one, and this one might be shorter than the others, and that's okay, because I don't have to talk just for the sake of talking, and I tend to talk a lot anyway. A love relationship. This is a 1 and a 1, by the way, your Ace of Cups and your Magician. So something really does want to happen, and that's a 1 as well. You've got this new beginning that's wanting to happen. It could be with another person, it could be a new project. So take it as it fits for you, as what makes sense for you. So if it's a relationship, I think it is a relationship, right? So it could be a relationship that's ended or going through a transition. It's going through a painful time at the moment. One of the partners, or maybe even both, is or are playing a game. It could be just a game to protect their hearts. It's a head game that they're playing, but they are actually working against themselves in this game that they are playing. They're not being true to themselves. I definitely think it's a partnership, because I think of Isis and Osiris. My brother's going to correct me if I've got that mythology wrong, but I think they were partners. Oh Lord. Okay, I don't know. So someone's playing a game, but there is another offer. The offer could be from one of the partners here, or it could be from another partner, another potential lover, or it could be a work offer, which then helps you, the reader, the viewer, to take back your power, in a sense, distract you from this, but also help you feel more powerful again, because relationships coming to an end can make us feel very destabilized for a while. However, with the Magician in the reverse, it feels like you are afraid to take this offer, because you think it's going to end up like this again, this hurt. But the encouragement here is that something broke down so that you could rebuild in a positive way. If you think about it as a house that had didn't have an actual physically, I want to say Mshiza foundation. South Africans will know what I mean. But if your foundation was built shoddily, what is that a metaphor for in your life, in your previous relationship that might be wanting to rebuild, or in a new relationship that might be wanting to rebuild? So where was the rocky, what was that bad foundation? What was that foundation that wasn't solid? And what would constitute a solid foundation for you in a future relationship, whether it's with this partner or another? And what would that rebuilding constitute? Okay, so I'm going to suggest that that's your take home, your rebuilding. What does rebuilding mean? What does a solid foundation? What didn't work? What were the cracks in the foundation that you didn't want to look at? Where did you build your relationship on shaky ground? What would be the positive, a different way of rebuilding this relationship or another? And what are the building blocks for you of what do you want in a relationship? And you can do that through journaling, through just constantly writing your thoughts. Go to bed at night, write a question, and see in the morning what the answers are while your body and mind rests. Our unconscious is working, you know. So do that for yourself, beloveds. Just see what comes out for you. I think there's quite a lot of pain that's happened for you. And look how she's protecting her heart, but you know, her heart's full of love here. So what is that you want? And just open yourself to that and nothing less. We all deserve that. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, and if you are experiencing pain, I send you lots and lots of love. Okay, bye for now. Welcome back, group 4. This is ending up being such a long reading. Hopefully I can shorten it. Maybe I've some excess somewhere. Okay, let's see what we have for the football lovers, moi included. Harmony, how lovely is that? Well, interesting. The football also speaks about harmony in a way. Look at that, because of the black and white in harmony, the different parts of the, well, they're in one, and that's what makes up our footy balls. Nice. I like this idea of harmony. Let's see if that plays out. So you've got the, I'm seeing her as upright, right? The Queen of Wands, sexy, passionate, confident Queen of Wands. You have the Wheel of Fortune also in the upright. Nice. It feels like this group is going to be not complicated, but I mustn't speak too soon. Oh Lord. Hey. Okay, well, I did speak too soon. There's the 5 of Swords there. Someone shooting themselves in the foot. And then we have the Knight of Swords charging in on his steed. Okay, I'm going to draw clarifiers from here if need be. Okay, so you've been working hard. It's something you've been creating, standing in your power, feeling really good about stuff, about you. I love the golden yellow around, which indicates self and loving the self and working on the self and working from the self, creating. There's sunflowers, lots of sacral, solar plexus chakra stuff, feeling good and confident. And you've been busy creating, and the Wheel of Fortune, because of that, the wheel is now turning in your favor. That's what I see. Well, look at that. That's the Wheel of Fortune, by the way, as well. I'll keep shuffling. So something is, because of all the effort you've made, something is turning in your favor. You know, I do believe in what's the law? the law. I'm not talking about law of attraction now. But for Einstein, is it Einstein? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Something like that. I mean, hey? Who was it, babe? Newton. My child tells me it's Newton. Okay, well, I live and learn. So for our actions, we get a reaction. We can't keep putting in and not getting something back. And our putting in is resulting in the wheel turning in our favor. I'm saying our because this is my group. However, we need to watch out. Our harmony is potentially affected by some way in which we might shoot ourselves in the foot, and for each of us that will be different. But I do think that you and I need to think about, and I'm going to do this, where we work against ourselves, where we might be being our own worst enemy right now. It could be head stuff. If I think about myself, the thing that comes to mind is and we got the trust card in reverse, which is the Fool. If I think about myself, and I'm going to give this more thought and I'll share at the end of the week, I'm loving what I'm doing. I can't, it's like I'm in heaven with the interviews. I've been starting this YouTube project. It's been really, really difficult at a physical level because I'm working with no budget. I have a broken phone. I didn't have a camera. My laptop is playing up things. My software, gosh, it's been endless. But I've had so much support, especially from my brothers and my son, and I'm so thankful for that. The shooting in my foot thing could be where when you're doing something that you feel passionate about, you can overwork, and you can, what's happening for me is that my mind is just really, really busy. And I feel the stress in my shoulder and I'm dying for a massage. And so I need to practice more self-care. I know that. Because I'm really, really, really so happy, But there's also the stress. And when a friend of mine once said to me that when you're doing something that you love doing, you might not realize the stress that it causes. So I need to own that stress. Where there's stress, own it and just go there. I think that's my lesson. But I think I must still look at this over the week ahead and see and meditate on the Five of Swords. It's also, like I said, it's a head stuff, right? That churning around. For you, it might play out in a different way. You might be your own worst enemy in a very different way. With the Knight of Swords, can be. We've got the Knight of Swords in the upright. So, okay, what I'm getting is, yes, keep charging ahead. Keep charging ahead with what you're doing, but do the bread and jam thing. Do the baking. My friend Michelle, I always found her the most calm when she was in the kitchen. Oh, that just seems to go against everything that she believes in, or even I don't believe in a woman being in the kitchen. And that's not what I'm saying, but her cooking, that was her creative outlet, as long as it doesn't become a chore. And I guess what I'm saying is that we need to be also doing this other self-care, and I will do the same. I'll think about where can I be more self-caring. Could even be every night having a hot bath, especially here in KZN, or in South Africa. We're moving into winter, and here it started getting cold, and we're having rainy days, and which is unusual, by the way, for winter here. But I mean, the rain is unusual, but doing the self-care, and I think that this might be also suggesting that I need to not neglect my son. I don't think I neglect him, but you know, neglect can also be not spending enough time doing schoolwork with him, getting caught up in this, and so I'll say, let's go for a run, let's do our run, and then we don't do the walk or the run, which I'm going to do now that I've reminded myself. We will go and do our walk around the yard, because that's also part of our harmony together. For you, it might be something else. With the Fool card here, it suggests that there's a new beginning that we are not willing to take. We're not taking a leap of faith on something. Now, I can't think about what that might be for me, but I'm certainly going to give it some thought over the week ahead. Okay, so we've been doing this, the fiery, passionate creation. This is creating stuff. Something is changing. There's a cycle that's coming to an end, and something positive is turning in our favor. That's what it suggests. Yay. We might be getting in our own way with the Fool here, Fool card here, in the reverse, where we need to think about where we might be getting in the way of this happening. And it's related to harmony, finding harmony and balance. And I think this is also related to this Five of Swords. I think the two key cards we need to look at, owning this, knowing that we are being encouraged to continue the charging forward, but that charging forward is contingent on us finding our harmony, and so I feel we need to look at this, where we can be our own worst enemies, and this, what are we possibly blocking from? Is there some leap of faith that we need to take that we are not taking? And I'm going to give that some serious thought, and I do hope that my two brothers chose this one, because I think I was kind of tantalizing them with this football, some bonding between me and my siblings, and perhaps we are all on this little new journey together, and in very different ways. So Nigel and Adi, I hope this one's for you. And maybe we can chat about it. But yes, I'm definitely going to use this over the week ahead, and I hope it's been helpful for you, whoever's watching this. And please do comment in the box below, and just share your experiences. I think I must start doing that as well. Encourage you to do that, and I send you lots and lots of love, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.